Good morning, good morning. Are you early or are you late? Because if you're late, that's going to be a lot of bills. Anyways, morning routine really quickly. Got two sets of things to pick to wear. Again, this is my jeans, yellow shirt, got it prepared. And this is that. And then I have to choose between this and this. I feel like this um, being less professional, this. If I feel like being a little bit more professional, this. Bedspread, even though not working with much, but would love a better bed, but that's what I'm working with. So doing that. Going over some old notes. Trying to figure out who Dirty Jones is, producer promoter. That was years ago. And Manny Wallace, I don't know who that is, and Mary Sancho the comic, and uh pianist Yaja Wong. I gotta figure out who those people are today and see who they are in the city. Some quick Bible study. Shining as lights in the night. Lesson 5. Read that really quickly and earlier, and that was my scripture Bible thing for today, basically. And to remind me of the ancestors and the sacrifices they took and the situations that were before me. So I appreciate what I have. A beautiful place for a school. Just a month of Chesapeake Bay, where one of the numerous tributary creeks opens into a broad harbor of Hampton Roads, stands in a little village scattered along the western shore of the creek, with its full ruined houses and low white cabins irregularly clustered upon the level green meadows down to the very water's edge, to a back country through which the creek wanders for a few miles, of course, and shore itself, and flat and monstrous except for the brilliant colored golden semi-tropical sunshine which for 8 more months in a year redeemed the landscape from the latter change. But change for beauty of the shore, even when it is climax in the fresh spring months, can bear no comparison with the eternal beauty of the sea stretching far on either hand offers by day and night the calm storm, new glories and beautiful strange surprises of color and sound and motion. And that reminds me of the past of people and mistakes and situations where people had to go through, because that person was a newly released slave that was working on a new thing, but they call it at the time a startup, basically a school for slaves and things like that. One of the latest reads I picked up, and that was very inspirational, because that person is a beautiful writer, and that person was just basically going towards education and the possible of freedom, basically. But that just showcases how it was worded, and that person was a very beautiful writer. Rest in peace, whoever that person is. That was a long, long time ago. But that was Armstrong that I just remembered reading, that person was a very beautiful writer. I just love how those sentences were constructed. Now, I have to take a shower, and then I'm going to start the due process. Now, about to take a shower and start my day off. Glass up clean. I can't take a shower without having a clean bathtub. And that's it. The process starts. Outside of the shower. This is what me today. Outside of the shower. This is what I'm going to be going through a little bit. Business, marketing, tech, music, law, reading, literature. Here's my cards. Here's a book that I read that I take notes on. I read some of it. I'm just reading a little bit out of it. One thing I discovered that you could have 10 unlimited things playing at the same time as long as each one was at the right amplitude, even though the track might not be on beat because of the volume level of the drums. The pulse forces everything to fall on the beat. That way you can put one thing at a tempo of 100 beats per minute and another at 20, another at 50, with the drums going at the steady tempo of 95. Everything else, it might be strings, bass, a sample Russian car can be made to fall into place. You can use a synthesizer to pick up out certain notes and frequencies from the sample. Yeah. One thing I discovered that, just notes. Shout out to You Know Who You Are, RZA. Hopefully we can do something together. I know Ohio is a problem for you also. And another thing is wash these grapes. And wash these strawberries. Working with a little bit of what I have, even though she complains. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's not like it used to be. Working with what I have. Even my health is. I'm working with what I have. What I have. Leftover baked beans, and the process starts. I'm a person that I don't eat much, even if I'm starving, I don't eat much. I'm not gonna eat all this. The average person probably will eat all this, but I'm not gonna eat all this. About 75% of it is gonna be safe for later. I'm not a person that eats a lot of food. It teaches on everybody's bodies work differently. And I'm saying something's wrong with that. It's just everybody's bodies work differently. It's 3:51 a.m. Morning routine, Jason Loftus.